Gulf Coast MakerCon 2014 coverage is proudly powered by Krayos and the all-new Krayos Meteor, your voice and gesture-controlled smartwatch. Get fit and stay fit with activity trackers, make and take calls hands-free, send and receive text messages, and you can wear it however you want. Change it up to suit your style. Best of all, it works on iPhone, Android, and Windows 8. Pre-order your Meteor now at f5live.tv/Meteor.
Yes.
Of many of these booths.
So the people who are listening or watching live are getting a slightly different version of the show than the final production. For example, those of you watching live are seeing just a single wide shot.
Yes.
And you have the opportunity to watch the person to my left come and go all day long, whereas if you're watching on the non-live version, you're looking at a tight shot of just the two of us. And in just a second here, we're going to cut to that wide shot because we have somebody new sitting next to us. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
I'm Bryan Gallo. I'm a machinist, and I work with USF Rig, which is the Robotics Interest Group at the University of South Florida. And we put on the Robot Combat event today.
Very cool. So for those listening or watching who haven't been here, which seems like it rules out one person in the chat room, what kind of competition has it been?
This is a real combat-oriented competition.
Okay.
There are different weight classes, as low and as small as 150-gram robots, up to 1 pound, 3 pound, and then we even host a 15-pound competition for the NRL weight class there.
Okay. And how many total machines have we had today?
I believe we had 25 robots competing today.
Okay.
It was a really hardcore day as far as fighting went.
Okay.
But we finally announced our victors, and everything went great.
All right. Who were the victors?
We had, let me see if I can remember. We had YOLO of the 150-gram weight class coming out with a win there. Whippersnapper of the 1 pound weight class. It was Ramback for the 3 pounds and Goliath for the 15 pounds. And it was honest, great champions there.
Very cool.
So exactly what was the competition? Like how vicious was it?
So we locked the robots up in a really safe arena.
Okay.
Steel floor, polycarbonate walls, make sure that the audience doesn't get hurt, and that whatever happens inside the cage stays inside the cage.
That sounds like a good idea.
Put time on the clock, 3 minutes, and it's a fight to the death.
Okay.
So just keep beating each other up until one person gets knocked out and is immobilized, or the time runs out, in which case it'll go to a judge's decision.
Like
Very
boxing.
Yeah.
Why not put it in a cage match?
Exactly.
I got to see a little bit of it, but I haven't been able to see a lot of it. But there was cheering and hooting and hollering.
I've heard it. I didn't have an opportunity to see it, but I certainly heard it. There was a lot of excitement surrounding that.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very exciting. A lot of the kids are very excited to see it. Always asking us, how can we make some and how can we do that? And it's really easy, actually. A lot of people start out with RC cars you get at your local stores, Walmart, Target, even your hobby store. You can get a little RC car. Start adding on armor, weapons, and just go from there. There's great websites, FingerTech Robotics, really huge name in combat robots. They have kits that they sell that you can purchase and have a combat-ready robot within 20, 30 minutes after getting your parts.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there any software programming involved in the combat element?
There are certain designs that would require that, but for the most part, it's plug and play. Very easy for the common Joe like myself. I like cutting stuff, slapping it together, and throwing it in there to fight.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What kind of controller are we using to deal with this?
They're the same controllers that you use for RC cars and for helicopters and planes, RC helicopters and planes.
Okay.
Very simple controllers, and it depends on your design. Maybe you want something different. Maybe this is easier than that or whatever. But it's all available online. I know FingerTech has a lot of great stuff. But if you're into a lot of the larger competitions, because they do go up to 220 pounds, there is a competition in Miami that will be doing that, and you might need larger parts. So the Robot Marketplace is huge. They have everything. They ship all around the world, so you're not stuck to, if I'm in the U.S., I can only buy from here. Anyone in the world, it's great for schools, it's great for hobbyists and everyone. They have everything on there, everything in one shopping cart, check out, you're ready to go.
Awesome.
So, what would be the cost commitment to get started in something like this?
It depends on the weight class. So starting from the bottom, you're looking at $100, $200.
Okay.
How intricate of a design? How much money do you want to put towards the expensive parts, or buy cheaper parts instead? You're in combat, they're going to get destroyed. There's no way around it. Now, the bigger you go, the more expensive you get. I believe I've heard anywhere up to $5,000. There's another robot I heard, 120-pound robot that was $30,000.
Jeez.
In material. And
That's
parts.
crazy.
It's incredibly expensive.
Oh,
but it's one of those things.
To know that it's just going to go in there and start beating up on somebody. Oh.
And get destroyed. That's part of it.
Yeah.
You don't even get your money back. You let
it.
it go out there and
what do you win?
back in pieces.
If you win, what do you get?
Well, here at this competition, we gave out certificates to go on the robot marketplace and get certain amount towards your next order.
All right.
Other competitions either offer cash prizes or the same similar thing. Sometimes they'll give out robot parts, which are great. You lose some in competition, gain some more from winning. Usually it's just bragging rights. There's guys that'll walk around here, oh, I'm a 3-time champion. And you idolize them. You look up to them. How can I beat them? What's my next design? Where's their flaw? And that's really how the game goes.
Interesting. So it similar in some respects to the way that the FTC program works, in that you get to see how the other robots work and kind of adjust your strategy to them.
Yes.
And then in other ways not at all, because obviously fight, boom, pow.
Right. Stuff happens.
So.
Now, the NRL League is another competition. It's the National Robotics League, sponsored by NTMA, which is the National Machining Tool Association. They're trying to get a lot of younger kids involved in this at an early age. And the beautiful thing about it is it's not solely based on competition. Maybe your robot isn't as great. You don't have a lot of money to throw in it, but that's okay, because that's half the battle. There's a lot of documentation that comes into play. So it's 50% documentation, 50% competition.
Okay.
If you walk in there and show them, look, we did everything we could. We chose this design for that reason and went here, and we lost, but look at what we accomplished. Look what we've learned. You might end up winning the grand championship.
So engineering notebooks.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Big thing. Documentation and just working with sponsors and adults and all that. And it's the perfect thing for schools. It's just like FIRST, but it's combat.
Right.
Sometimes combat's cheaper. Sometimes it's more expensive.
Right.
Sometimes it's more enjoyable.
But it's
like apples, I like
a different style of strategy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Definitely.
Sure.
And it's a wonderful competition.
The challenge you're presented with is whatever the other team presents you with.
Yes, exactly.
As opposed to a known quantity.
And the best part about it changes every time.
Right.
You're not going to face the same person. And it's a lot of fun.
Because it's definitely going to adjust as people learn, as you get used to your particular weaponry or whatever. People.
Your flaws, their flaws. I lost a wheel. What am I supposed to do?
Right.
Now I know to do this strategy or that strategy.
Extra wheels.
There's a lot of thought that comes into play. So
Sure.
it's really enjoyable.
So how did you get involved?
In high school, I started out with FIRST.
Okay.
And as I moved on and graduated and went to college, they had the Robotics Interest Group. I got a job in a machine shop, started working my way up, on all the spectrums here, and it shot off from there. Once you're hooked, you can't stop. It's fantastic. You get robots in your blood, and that's all you want to do is just robots. What's the next type, the next thing, and you move on, and 8 years later, here you are.
So when you were in FIRST in school, were you FRC or FTC?
FRC.
FRC?
FRC.
I was too. FTC didn't exist.
No, it did not.
For me.
It did not. and my school was it was huge. So they had lots of robots before and lots of robots ahead of them, and you had to be a part of it. I was going to go to that school no matter what. Anything I had to do. I would walk there if I had to. But it was just I have no regrets about it at all. It was fantastic.
Well, that's good, not having any regrets about it. That's
very cool. I don't have that tie into robotics like you guys do. There's a bond there that I just don't understand. I just look at it from the outside. I judge. I mentor. That's what I do. It's my interest. But there's a bond formed when you guys are like, yeah, FRC. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get it.
Well, it's lately I haven't found a whole lot of people
That's true.
who predated FTC like I did. So that's
it's always interesting to see how things change, how
Sure.
technology has grown since then. When I started, we didn't have a lot of the smart stuff. It was all driver based and, really just skills and mechanical problems and just,
Right.
oh man, now I have to fix this. Oh, that broke. Oh, what am I going to do? But now there's all this technology. They can monitor things, and honestly, they don't even have to watch the match anymore with their eyes. They could just watch a camera and get the best angles. It's amazing. One of the
things I've told our team is that the things that they're being asked to do in FTC, MIT couldn't have done when I was on the team. Like the autonomous mode and stuff just wasn't possible at all.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we have high school teams doing it, and it's a required part of
It's incredible. I mean, autonomous used to be just guess and go, trying to shoot balls into a goal. If I line it up like this, maybe I'll get one. Now it's just they hit all of them. There's no doubt that they'll get it right. No, now I have to different lighting. I have to change my adjustments. Okay, we're ready to go and back on again. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you coming and talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciated it.
All right.
Pleasure to have you.
How are you going?
Thank you. Well, now you found another friend.
Robots.
Now you found another friend.
I love robots.
I know you have a sticker that says that.
I have a whole roll of stickers.
You do.
That say that.
I have a sticker that says that. You know where it is?
It is.
It's on my RoboCon shirt. In my closet. That's where it is. Because I love robots.
The whole roll is sitting on my.
It is. I forgot about that.
On my desk at the office.